Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to the day. It is Wednesday. Man, the week is going by fast, huh? Yep, Wednesday, March 2nd already, second day of the month. And getting ready to just get started. Yesterday, not much. I didn't catch any trades yesterday. A couple members caught a couple trades, but overall, very slowish type of day, very choppy until late morning, almost near lunchtime when the SPY gave it up, and then faded all throughout lunch. Missed out on that since it was basically lunchtime already. But yesterday was a little bit more difficult of a day, so I'm kind of glad I kind of sat on my hands for the most part. We'll take a look at the SPY chart here. We'll look at yesterday's action. We'll go over some news scans and questions and answers, some little Q&A session with you guys. And we'll try to formulate a watch list together. So how is everybody doing today? And are you ready for the day? How did you do yesterday, more importantly, as well? I'm going to send out a quick tweet here, let everybody know we're live. In the meanwhile, let me know how you guys did yesterday and what you want me to look up today. Morning, Dwayne. Oh, guys, check out yesterday's video if you haven't seen it. Guys, did you see SoFi's move yesterday in after hours? Where is it right now? It's at 13 bucks. Great move. Great scoops we had there in the 11s and the 10s. I think I even picked some up in the 9s in the long-term portfolio. All right, so I got that settled. What is Dwayne says? Put an offer on an investment property in Fort White, Florida. Very happy with that. Nice, man. Congratulations. Hope it all works out and closes for you in your favor there. I know prices are crazy right now, man. I was looking last night. And I was like, phew. It's like everything was basically everything was 300,000 and up, and it's places where I can't get $3,000 a month in rent on it. I was like, nah, pass. That's Monday. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take a quick peek here at what's going on here. Some headlines. Russia's Sberbank collapsed 95% on London Stock Exchange as it exits Europe. Here's that. Boom. So Russia's largest lender said its European subsidiaries had experienced an abnormal cash outflow and expressed concerns from the safety of its employees and properties. As of late morning trade in London, Sberbank shares were down 94.24% to trade at a penny. The bank has lost 99.9% of its value since the start of the year. Boom. All right, let's take a look at some of the stocks making some of the biggest moves in pre-market. You got Nordstrom. This retail stock spiked 30.5% in pre-market trading after the company posted better than expected fourth quarter results. Nordstrom reported earnings of $1.23 per share versus consensus estimate of $1.02. Revenue also topped expectations. The retailer highlighted improvements in its off-price business, Nordstrom Rack. Let's see here. So that's a big move here. Yeah, that's a big move here, guys. So on Nordstrom, I like this level right here. I like that level a lot, that 25 to mid 25 zone. That's a really nice level. Look at this. Previous resistance there. Support just above it here. And a little bit back here as well. I like that. You know, we're going to put that one on the watch list right away. Good earnings. Watching for the mid 25 $25 area to hold support on pullbacks. Could have room towards a little level here at 28. 200-day moving average coming in here, previous support back there. So that could be a good little area there for a target towards 28 area. All right, cool beans. We got the first one down. That's pretty quick. And that was up straight off here. The stock's making the biggest moves in pre-market. Okay, so shares of Nordstrom spiked more than 35% in after-hours trading immediately following the report. Nordstrom is currently among the most heavily shorted stock, with 22% shares available for trading sold short. Importantly, the retailer called out improvements in its off-price business, Nordstrom Rack, amid a report that the company had been reviewing a potential spin-off of the segment following its underperformance in recent quarters. All right, so there you go. All right, Salesforce shares rose 4% in pre-market after the software company fourth quarter reports beat Wall Street expectations and issued upbeat guidance. The company posted adjusted earnings of 84 cents per share on revenue of $7.33 billion. Analysts expected a profit of 74 cents per share on a revenue of $7.24 billion, according to Refine TV. All right. Refinitiv. All right, so Salesforce. You got a lot of resistance overhanging. This one could be one that could sell off a little bit potentially. You have this 50-day moving average right there at 224 zone. Previous support here on the daily. Previous resistance right here. See previous resistance right there. Previous support. In and out of the level throughout here. So this one could be something to watch for, maybe a short in front of the 50-day moving average. Could watch that on CRM. What's next? Ford. That's not Ford. There we go, Ford. All right, so Ford. Ford shares added 4% in pre-market trading after the automaker announced it will split its electric vehicle and legacy business into separate units. The company expects the move will streamline its growing electric vehicle business and maximize profits. I wonder really why. I don't know. I don't see why they would spin it off. I don't see why they're spinning it off. Let's see what else it says here. Let's find out together. See if it says how they're going to do it. I don't see any details on that. Don't see any details on that. SoFi, guys. That one's definitely going on the watch list today. Oh, wow, man. What a move on SoFi. What a move on SoFi. Up here now in front of this $13 zone. That's going to be a strong resistance point on SoFi, guys. We'll definitely throw that one up on the watch list. SoFi watching for the 50-day MA to hold resistance over the $14 area. Could drop back down towards probably a $12 zone. The $12 area. Okay. All right, let's see what else. If we have anything else here that seems important. DraftKings shares rose 2.3% before the bell after Morgan Stanley named the sports betting stock a top pick. We expect the U.S. online sports betting and gaming market to be very large, with a few market share winners, including DKNG. Where's DKNG at these days? Man, this thing has come back hard. Look at this. It got all the way down here to 16 and change. We're all the way up here at $24. That's a big move, man. That is a big move. All right. All right, guys. So we went over a few of these with news here on earnings and such. Do you have any tickers you want me to look at for you? We got some time here. Or any questions? Little Q&A. All right, no questions, guys. All right, if that's the case, then we're gonna go ahead and just jump right on into the scans here and the rest of the news cycles that that come up. Here's one that's interesting. Your tickets to see Warner Brothers' The Batman could cost more if you book with AMC. On Tuesday, the company CEO Adam Aron said the movie theater chain was testing out variable pricing in the US. This means new releases could cost more than other films playing in the same theater at the same time. I don't know, but I think when I was a kid, it used to be that way. Maybe not AMC, but whatever other movie theater I would go to as a kid. I think I remember that like new releases would cost more. I could be wrong. It is unclear how much more tickets will cost for the new movies. AMC did not immediately respond to CNBC's request for comment. AMC had previously successfully raised weekend prices above midweek prices and is following a playbook it has utilized internationally for years, Aaron said Tuesday. I mean, I do remember that Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, well, actually Fridays and Saturday nights specifically, were always much more expensive. AMC had previously successfully raised weekend prices. We went over that. This is all quite novel in the United States, but actually AMC has been doing it for years in European theaters. He said during earnings call, indeed, in Europe, we charge a premium for the best seats in the house, as do just about all of the other sellers of tickets in other industries. Aaron said AMC has been a bolder thinker when it comes to cinema tickets pricing and willing to take a risk in trying new pricing concepts. The Batman hits theaters Friday. The film is expected to gross at least $80 million during its opening weekend in North America. Can you imagine now if they have like the same standard seats at the period and then they try to charge you more to sit further in the back or something? They got to do something else, man. They got to make those seats premium or something if they want to charge more. People aren't just going to be all good, you know, all good with that. I don't think they will, but who knows? All right, so all right, so check this out. Companies added 475,000 jobs in February, better than expected. ADP says companies added 475,000 positions in February, better than Dow Jones estimate for 400,000. ADP reported on Wednesday. The payrolls processing firm dramatically revised its January count from a loss of 301,000 to a gain of 509,000. Large companies and leisure and hospitality businesses contributed the biggest gains. All right, we'll look into that a little bit more later. All right, so Dwayne, you want to look at X, US Steel. Oh, wow, there we go. Nice move here on X, guys. Look at that. Look at that move of hold of 21 all the way back up here over 26. We're now in front of a previous resistance zone in this $28 region. You can see previous resistance here. In here, in here, very, very big level, and in there. And that leads you into the 30s as well, into that $30 range. So that's going to be a tough zone there on X. But if you get pullbacks into 26, you could watch for that level to become support. Previous resistance levels maybe now become support, so keep an eye on that. All right, so what's the next one? Mike, good morning. MULN. Isn't that crazy what MULN did? Guys, look at this. You know, jokingly in the Discord, I call this the Christmas tree pattern. I call this the Christmas tree pattern because it looks like a little Christmas tree. I've never drawn it live on YouTube, but we're going to do it together now because, well, I want to have a little fun. So here you go, right? That's your Christmas tree. These are your ornaments. Right? You get all the ornaments on the Christmas tree. And then you get, what? The Christmas presents. These are your Christmas presents. And then you have the star, of course. Oh, well, look, even better. You have the lights on the Christmas tree. And then you have the Christmas presents. But then the Christmas presents, they're only for the person who did the pump. They're only for the person who did the pump and dump because they're the ones who made the money there. This thing, though, is holding on to 84 cents. You can see how we pulled in. We had drawn this line. We drew this line on this day right here. Whoops. We drew this line on this day, and we had drawn the 150 line on that same day as well. And we pulled it in, and we've held 84 cents now, yesterday, and then, of course, so far today in pre-market. So that's the line you need to see hold on this thing. If it holds, great. You might have a shot there at getting back up over $1. Right now it is up over $1, but that looks like one giant, you know, like just pump and dump type of effect. You know, straight up, straight back down. So keep eyes on that 84 cent area. So, great day and good morning. Jose, what's up, my man? Good morning. Across the ponds. FUV. Let's take a look at that. FUV. So FUV, what do we got here? It's been on a little bit of a move lately. You're up over this line. I think we looked at this one recently. We have this 50-day moving average here. It's been resistance. We finally got up and over it yesterday, held above it, closed above it. Now you want to see if this level can hold support. If it can, maybe you establish a little trading channel here between 675 and 785. on FUV. See these tops and bottoms, tops back here, bottoms in here at 785. Another bottoms in here. That's that 785 area. Could be a level of resistance. All right, you guys got any others you want me to take a look at for you? Throw them up in chat there, or any questions at all, guys. Any questions about trading? IMPP making a little move as well. AMC. Oh, yeah, great thing. We actually got JWN on the watch list. We'll go over that one. AMC. So AMC, they're playing around with the pricing model as well. Man, U.S. oil surges past $111 per barrel. Good Lord. It's crazy. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so AMC, here we go. AMC came out with a quarterly loss of 11 cents per share versus Zach Concession's estimate loss of 19 cents a share. This compares to loss of $3.15 per share a year ago. So even though it's a losing quarter, that's a huge improvement. You know, they were expected to have lost 19, only lost 11, so that's pretty good. This quarterly report represents an earnings surprise of 42.11%. A quarter ago, it was expected that the movie theater operator would post a loss of 42 cents a share when it actually produced a loss of 44 cents, delivering a surprised minus 4.76%. Over the last 4 quarters, the company has surpassed consensus EPS estimates 2 times. All right, so on AMC, I mean, it's not doing a whole lot. Look, like, okay, earnings came out, boop, didn't do much. So I would say that these levels that we have here on the daily chart still hold true. You have $21 resistance, $18 support. Break under 18, you have 14 and change support down here. And you have this big old trading channel between 14 to 21. I am honestly surprised to see it up here at 18 bucks. I really am. But then again, I'm surprised to see GME at 120 bucks. I don't really think that belongs up there either. Nonetheless, there it is. So AMC still within that same channel that we drew out. JWN. Jackie, good morning. What's up? Good job yesterday. JWN. Yeah, so JWN, we went over this one a little while ago. Had good earnings. We're looking at this $25 zone, the mid 25s to low 25s, just the $25 zone here. to see if that can hold support. You could see here right in front of that level at the high to mid 25s was support back here. And then here you have resistance in the mid 25s. So right here you have the 100-day moving average near 25. So that $25 zone right there, you have to keep an eye on that to see if it holds support. If it does, you have room towards 28, which would be the bottom here, back here. Watch. Bottom support back there. And that 200-day moving average is coming overhead. So that's what I'm looking at on JWN. I do have it on the watch list as well. All right, let's see what else we have out here. Okay, so U.S. stock futures rose Wednesday as energy names, including Dow Components, Chevron, followed surging oil prices higher as the intensifying Russian-Ukraine conflict raised concerns about crude oil. Give me 1 second here. Let me move this over here. Okay, about crude supply. Bond yields a day after slumping moved higher Wednesday to around 1.76% on the 10-year Treasury yield. Okay, so hold on. We're going to go back to that. Breaking news here. Breaking news here. I'll put it right here for you. Fed Chair Jerome Powell notes highly uncertain Ukraine impact, but says rate hikes are still coming. That's important because there was a lot of talks, so much so that I was getting concerned. Because look, I'd rather we get rate hikes, okay? I'd rather they raise rates even more and the market tanks some more, which is perfectly fine and healthy. When you look at the SPY, freaking things up huge, okay? Then go pay, $10 for a gallon of milk because inflation is insane. So I'd rather that happen. There's a lot of talk from people talking about, oh, now that this uncertainty with Ukraine and energy prices, maybe they'll postpone the rate hikes. And I'm like, bro, what are you people talking about? If they postpone rate hikes, inflation is just going to get more insane. It's crazy, guys. We're seeing inflation that hasn't been seen for what, like 40 years? That's crazy. That's crazy. We have to stop kicking the can down the road. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to get nasty. So that's good to see. He says rate hikes are still coming. So Fed Chair Jerome Powell said Wednesday he still sees interest rates hikes ahead, though he noted the implications for U.S. economy are highly uncertain from the Ukraine war. Powell called the labor market very tight and said inflation has risen well above the Fed's 2% target. Yeah, no crap. Yeah, for real. His remarks are part of a mandatory appearance this week before the House and Senate committee in Congress. All right, so there we go. That just came in right now. Yeah, see, the remarks come amid 40-year highs of inflation in the U.S., complicated by Ukraine war that has driven oil prices to around their highest level in a decade. Consumer prices increased 7.5% from a year ago in January, and the Fed preferred inflation gauge showed its strongest 12-month gain since 1983. Dude, that's like 38, 39 years at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of hand. It's completely out of hand. Give me 1 second here, guys. Okay. All right. So it's completely out of hand. They really got to get that. They really got to get that going. Okay, guys, so it is 8:34 p.m. here. Let's take a look at some other pieces of news here, and then we'll go ahead and do a little bit more Q&A, and then jump into the scans and start formulating the rest of the watch list. U.S. stock futures rose Wednesday as energy names including Dow Components, Chevron followed surging oil prices higher as intensifying Russian-Ukraine conflicts raised concerns about crude supply. Bond yields a day after slumping moved higher Wednesday to around 1.76% on the 10-year Treasury yield. Wrestling with the war's potential impact on the economy against even more inflation from higher oil, Federal Reserve Chairman Powell was set to deliver his semi-annual assessment of the economy before the House panel Wednesday and a Senate panel Thursday. So a little two-day event there, guys. Dow stocks, Salesforce jumped at nearly 4%. We already went over that one. Nordstrom surged more than 30%. We went over that one, and that one's definitely front and center for me here today. Tuesday, major sell-offs saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq drop more than 1.5% each. U.S. oil surges past $111 per barrel. And that's about it. And then we already went over the Ford. So Ford said Wednesday will reorganize operations to separate its electric and internal combustion engine business into distinct units within the automaker. It's a similar strategy to how Ford is operating its Ford Pro commercial vehicle business under CEO Jim Farley. So we already went over that as well. All right, guys. So that's some of the latest news. So now, what's next? All right. So now after this, we'll either go into the scanners and individual stock news, or if you guys have more questions, now's a great time to ask. So if you have any tickers you want me to look over, we'll go ahead and do that. If not, we'll just start jumping in through some of these tickers ourselves here. All right, guys, if you don't have any questions, then I'm going to go ahead and just jump in here and start moving along with Tesla. We'll see what that one's doing. 880s seems to be a resistance area on Tesla right now. Has been since yesterday. Yesterday we pierced those 880s and quickly came right back down here. It actually got up into the 890 zone. Yesterday Tesla was something we were watching for a break of that level. Watch, I want to show you something. Yesterday we were watching Tesla in chat for a break above the previous day's high, which was Friday. We're watching for a break above that level. Tesla was trading crazy. This is what it was doing. And then out of nowhere, it did that. And it had great volume on that pop. So I said to everyone in chat, I was like, guys, I'm going to be watching Tesla to see if sorry guys, the gardener sent me a text message here. He seems to be outside. Let me open up for him real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we said, let's see if we get a low volume pullback back down into what? Into this level, because it was resistance there and it was resistance here. So that was a very, very important level. You can see back here, it was a level of support previously as well. So with all of that going on, I said, I'm going to watch for a low volume pullback back into the 870s, see if that level begins to hold support. So we begin to get a little bit of a pullback, but look, it didn't hold. It cracked right there. No trade for me. We never got a nice confirmation bounce on that pullback. We had nice little decreasing volume, but then all of a sudden it really started to increase again. And that's when I was like, well, this thing's no trade for me. I'll watch here and see if it resets. And yesterday, I actually had no trade. After that, Tesla just got very choppy, as you can see. And it's held those 870s area again as resistance. Now, if we switch over to the SPY and look at yesterday's action on the SPY, so yesterday's action on the SPY, just choppy. And then all of a sudden, it just randomly found some resistance here at VWAP. I wouldn't say randomly. That's an important level on the daily chart, but it was just very unexpected. I would have thought the SPY would have just been a little bit choppy yesterday, which it was at the start. And then right here towards almost near lunchtime, what is this, around 11:30 a.m., 11:20, 11:30 a.m., it just gave up. The SPY just gave up, and at that point, it went from 434 all the way to what? 428. Major drop, but right into support. We've talked about this 428 area on the SPY for a long time now. Here is that 428 line. You could see it was support here. It was support yesterday. It was support here, which are the January lows. And then if we scroll further back, watch this line. Boom. October lows from last year. So that 428 zone is very, very, very important. We need to keep eyes on that level, because if that level solidifies itself, we might start trading between that 428 and the 440. We've been talking about that for a while now, and we have been trading within that level. It's a little channel that's trading in. So you got to keep eyes on that. Now, if this level cracks, if that level gets violated and we start trading below 428, then I think we get back down here towards 410. A long ways down, huh? I don't know. I get excited to buy cheap stuff for the long-term hold. And I still think, because you got to remember, we've talked about this. This is the Russia-Ukraine low. This has nothing to do with Jerome Powell, with increasing rates, with inflation, nothing. It has nothing to do with that. This is all balanced runoff sheet, 40-year inflation, all that good stuff. This is all Russian-Ukraine. Okay? So, will we go lower? I think it's very possible. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Had to let my wife let her know not to let the dog out, because Gardner is out there. So I didn't want to get up, so I just yelled. All right. So I don't think this is the year's low. I don't think so. I think inflation and interest rate hikes will probably bring everything lower. That's why, for long-term stuff, I just started nibbling down there. No huge purchases. So with that said, if Russia-Ukraine continues to escalate, right, and we crack 428, I think we come back down here towards 410 to visit that level and see whether or not it is in fact the Russian-Ukraine low. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking there. Okay, so let's write SPY down. SPY watching for 428 area to hold support. Could have room towards 435. If 428 breaks and becomes resistance, could have room to fall to 420 zone. All right, so we have that. Fudaki, what's up? What do I think of the Tesla chart? Looks bearish to you. Let's go. I trade Tesla a lot. I mean, the chart really doesn't look bearish. I mean, look at it, right? if you really wanted to get extra technical about it, it's still on this trend right here. You got 2 points of contacts. That's all you need for that trend. But bearish, the chart itself, bearish, we'll go to a weekly chart. That doesn't look like a bearish chart. That's a very bullish chart. Let's get rid of this 880 line. That's a very bullish chart, especially here on the weekly. You guys are always, you have to remember, zoom out, zoom out. So I wouldn't call it a bearish chart in the least bit. Will it have further pullbacks, especially if the overall market pulls back? Yeah, absolutely. But very recently, it's actually been, it had some relative strength compared to the SPY. When was it? I think it was Monday. Yeah, see, here's Monday's candle right here. And on Monday, the SPY was right here. So on Monday, it was relatively stronger than the SPY in the early morning session anyways. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it a bearish chart. Do I still trade puts on it? Yeah, absolutely. And I trade calls. So this 889, 880s area is a resistance zone right now that's holding up strong. You can see right there, yesterday it held resistance, previous support right there, and you have previous resistance back here. So right now, yes, that is like a short-term bearish level there at 880s, in the 880s. You have some 200-day moving average support right now that has kicked in. So we'll see if it can hold it. But yeah, I just actively trade it. So I've bought, I mean, last week I traded puts on it on one day. And then this week I traded calls on it on one day. So for day trading, for actively trading, it's providing really good action. John K, good morning. Thoughts on UVXY? I don't even have to bring the UVXY chart up. Remember, that's just going to trade basically almost inverse to the overall market. So thoughts on UVXY would be thoughts on the SPY going lower. So if the SPY goes lower, UVXY would probably go higher. SPY, what you want to do is, like, you never want to just go to UVXY and trade off that chart in its own. You want to trade off of the SPY's chart, you want to watch the SPY while you trade UVXY, right? So UVXY moving up some, SPY moving down some. Now, if the SPY cracks this 428 zone, all right, which is tremendous support previously here in January and back here in October of last year, if it cracks that, then we have room to fall. We have room to fall probably down here to the 420 area, 421. And that would send UVXY higher. So if you, like me, I'll trade SPY puts. I'm not going to buy UVXY. I'll trade SPY puts. So if somebody isn't comfortable trading options, because I don't know how to trade options yet, then we'll get into the options course at the daytraderchatroom.com. But if you're not comfortable trading options, or your broker doesn't allow you to trade options, then let's say I'm in a SPY put option trade, you could be in a UVXY trade, all the while looking at the same chart on the SPY. Nice, John K. There you go. Fudaki, my pleasure. Totally my pleasure. Good job, good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. A lot of people don't do it the right way, so good job. That's awesome. I really like to see that, you know. Okay, so no, totally my pleasure. Okay, so we've gone over that. You guys have any other questions or any other tickers you want me to look at before we start putting on? We already got 3 names on the watch list. We'll probably throw on there, I don't know, another 2 or 3. So if you have any more questions or tickers you want me to look at for you, go ahead and throw them up in chat. If not, I'll start jumping into that and put the final touches on the watch list. I'll give you a minute there. I know there's a lag in YouTube. I'm just snoozing my motion detectors, because if not, the gardener outside is going to drive me nuts. And you're going to hear my phone vibrating here on the live stream constantly. So just give me 1 second here and let me snooze this. And done. FSLR. Umberto. Guys, Umberto is the swing trade moderator over at the daytraderchatroom.com. Now, you guys know you have 2 ways of joining. Here is the free one. Boom. You can come join the Discord completely for free if you like. So, FSLR. You like FSLR short under 64 bucks? Yeah, I see what you're seeing here possibly. Previous support back here. Previous resistance. Right there as well. Scroll back some. We got some more action right in that level. Back here, resistance as well. So yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's possible. It definitely looks like a slower mover. That's a huge gap down though. This thing might get bought up. That's a huge gap down. SoFi. Keaton Rogers. SoFi. We got SoFi on the watch list here. We went over it. I'll go over it again. It's not a problem. Give me 1 second here. It might be Putler sneaking around. All right, so SoFi. SoFi, good earnings. I have long-term investment position in SoFi. And I want more. So honestly speaking, I would love to see this thing dump back down here to $9. But I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. So you have this $14 resistance area here. Previous support. This is like the high 13. So that's why I say 14 area, right? Previous support. Turned resistance. And you have the 50-day moving average down here at the low 13s. So that level right now, I'd watch for that level to hold potential support. Resistance. You could have room to fall there back down to 12. Back down to the $12 zone. Okay. So that's what I'd be watching. If it breaks up and over 14, then at that point you have room to like 16 bucks. So that's part of it as well. You got to watch that flip side as well. So if 14 breaks and holds support, it has potential room towards 16. All right. So okay, so we have JWN SoFi SPY on watch. Let's take a look at here at IMPP with energy making moves. This one seems to have a little gap up today in pre-market. Not very strong, but something to keep on watch for sure. You have this 50-day moving average right here at about $1.50. So you can keep that one on watch. If it can get up over 220s, we might visit that $3 zone. So keep an eye on that right there. See that? So IMPP, watching for the 225 area to break and hold that support. Could have room towards $3. So you can keep eyes on that one. BORR. This one has a pretty big move here. Very light volume. Let me see if it has some news. I'd imagine it does. Changes to the board of directors. That's what's happening here. Volume is really light on it though. Such a light volume stock. Put it on the back burner list. BORR changes to the board of directors. Watching for 240s to act as support. To act as support. Could have room towards the 270s. 270s, $3 area. And I'll just leave that one on the back burner. We already went over SoFi. We did JWN already as well. INDO. INDO is tough right now, man. This thing is crazy volatile. What was that? What was that little penny stock that went crazy yesterday? ATXI, I think it was, right? Yeah, ATXI. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there. V-Man, welcome to the Discord. Glad to have you on there. Looking forward to trading with you. Okay, so not much going on there. Tesla's still stuck in that same range. It's on the weekly watch list. Here's your weekly watch list, guys. SPY, Tesla, Nvidia, PayPal, ALF. So we have that. All right, so we got JWN, SoFi, SPY, IMPP. Let's check in on Nvidia real quick. Nvidia really trying to hold that 200-day moving average desperately there. Keep eyes on that. Nvidia trying to hold the 200-day MA on the daily. Watching for a bounce back into the 250 area. But if it breaks under the 200-day MA, then watching for a fade back towards about 220, right? Yep, 224. So a fade back down to this level right here, 224 area, 223. All right, I think that's good. Raider Nation, good morning. MULN, let's take a look at that one here. Oh yeah, we went over this one earlier this morning. 84-cent support, $1.60 resistance so far. So that's pretty much it on that one. PayPal, guys, that thing could not get up over that 110 zone very strong. Found resistance there, pulling back in here. So that one's pulling right back in again. Now, hey guys, do me a quick favor. We got 35 people watching the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. But we only got 20 likes. Can you help me out there with some more likes? Also, if you want to join the Discord for free, here is a link. You can come join us and hang out. So we got JWN, SoFi, SPY, IMPP, Nvidia, BORR. I think that's plenty for the watch list today, guys. I think that's plenty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the final touches on this watch list here. I'm going to grab it, send it to Jonah. He'll put the final touches as well on there. Make it all nice and pretty and send it out in an email to you guys. So if you're not on the email list and you want to receive the weekly and the daily watch list, just let me know in chat. Type there that you want the list and I'll give you the link so you can sign up. And that way you can receive the email with the watch list. All right. So I think that's about it. I think that's it. I think that's a good, well-rounded watch list. Bunch of various different price points. You have $3 stocks. You have $200 stocks. You got the overall market. So I think it's a really good watch list for the day. And just be careful out there today. Things are a little bit more difficult. Yesterday was a very difficult trading day for sure. Yesterday was a very difficult trading day. Rider Nation, welcome to the Discord. Thank you for joining. Looking forward in trading with you. So yesterday was a much more difficult trading day. I had no trades yesterday. A few members caught a couple trades here and there, but overall it was very quiet. We did some extra lessons yesterday. We even did, was it yesterday? I think we did an afternoon lesson as well, because I'm in Discord live all day long, right? So I'm in there now at 9:20, and I'll be live until 11 and change when we do our live recap and live lesson. Then at 12 we go to lunch. 2 p.m. we go ahead and come back on the microphone and we go over some afternoon scans as well. All right. So guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream today. I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Okay. Remember to hit the like button for me. It really helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Gardeners outside the window now making all sorts of noises. Good luck today. Stay disciplined. Stick to your stop losses and have yourself a great day. I'll see you all in the Discord or at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Peace.